Namaste. Imagine being 16-year-old. Most 16-year-old would think and worry about homework, friends, and what they want to become when they grow up. 1944, there was a girl, 16-year-old, and she was doing something different. She was working as a spy for India Freedom Movement, and her name is Saraswati Rajamani, and this is her story. In 1944, India was still under British rule. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was in Burma, raising funds and support for his INA, Indian National Army. Saraswati Rajamani was just 16. She had been captivated by Netaji's powerful speeches and his call for India's independence. She wanted to do something different for the country. She offered all her gold and valuables to INA. Bose was taken by surprise and refused to accept the money. She protested at first, but relented on one condition, that she would be allowed to work with INA. And so it began. She began her journey as a nurse, but soon she became part of Rani Jhansi regiment, the women's regiment. Rajamani and her friend Durga were sent to Myanmar in northern Burma. They had one mission: get information from British and bring it back to INA. But how could two young girls possibly get close to British officers without being caught? They distinguished themselves as boys and did all the errand jobs. They cut their hair, dressed like a boy. They took up all the jobs ordinary around imaginable. They polished shoes, they did laundry, they carried mail. They moved around the British camps looking completely harmless. It was dangerous, but a successful under operation. They were watching, listening, and collecting information. And all the information was secretly passed back to Netaji and INA. They slowly started to get hands on confidential files and military plans. One day, they ran out of luck. Durga was caught. She was discovered stealing and passing information to INA, and she was thrown into the British jail. Rajamani had two choices. She could either escape and protect herself or rescue her friend Durga. She chose to rescue her friend, and somehow she managed to get into the British premises, but this time she distinguished herself as a Burmese dancer. She had a plan. She spiked the guards' drink with opium. One by one, the guards became unconscious. Rajamani found her friend Durga. She freed her. Both of them together started running towards the exit. They were almost there until a guard noticed them and shot a fire one after the other. One of the bullets stuck Rajamani in her leg. She was injured. She kept running because stopping meant getting caught. Eventually, Rajamani and Durga found a place to hide, a tree. Rajamani climbed the tree and she stayed for 2 days. Yes, 2 days, with a bullet wound in her leg, hiding from the British, waiting and listening and hoping they would stop the search. Eventually, the British gave up the search. Rajamani and Durga came down and they ran back to INA camp. When Netaji heard what had happened, he was deeply impressed by Rajamani's courage. He recognized the extraordinary bravery of the girl who had risked her life, not because she was ordered to, but because she refused to leave her friend behind. And this is what makes her story so powerful. She was only 16. She wasn't famous. She wasn't leading any army or a powerful position. She was simply a young girl who believed India's freedom was worth fighting for. Today, when we celebrate Independence Day, we remember the famous names: Gandhiji, Netaji, Bhagat Singh, or even Rani Lakshmibai. But freedom was not won by the people whose name filled our history. It was won by thousands of ordinary people who did extraordinary things. People who took risk, who sacrificed, whose stories were never told. Saraswati Rajamani was one of them. A 16-year girl who became a spy, a friend who risked her life to rescue others, and a young Indian who believed that freedom was worth everything. So this Independence Day, perhaps we can remember her too. because sometimes the bravest heroes aren't the ones standing in front of the crowd. Sometimes they are the ones hiding in the shadow, waiting for their moment to help a nation become free. So, salute to all the people who have been part of the history in helping us get our freedom. Jai Hind.
Vande Mataram.